Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my session 0 of my new D&D campaign, Dracadia. I have with me my players. I have Smarty as
Uh,
Uin Lad.
Uin.
I have Xencarn as Benqua.
Yo.
I have Tetsuknife as Koni.
Ahoy, ahoy.
And I have BlueHamsterBean as Flint.
Wait, it's starting? Oh,
It's
awesome. Cool. Keep going.
This is going to be our session 0. And the first thing I wanted to do is welcome everybody to the game. I'm glad you all wanted to join up.
Thank you for inviting me.
Me too. Thanks for inviting. Yeah.
Our campaign's called Dracadia. This is a campaign setting I created, I would say, about 12 years ago. Ran a long campaign with some local friends on it, kept the world, and so I'm going to be using it again. It's a beautiful forested world that we are going to be working in. We are starting in the village of Embershard. It's a nice, sleepy little town. You are all residents. And I'm going to pull up the map here for the stream. So I'll go around the table. Everybody introduce yourselves and give me a little bit about your character, what they do around town, what their morning routine is like, and we'll take it from there. Who would like to go first?
I can volunteer as tribute. So, I'll be playing Flint. Literally just wandered into town a year ago. Currently apprenticed to the local doctor. Wandered in out of the woods, which left some people suspicious, but I'm legit, I swear. No problems here. Hey, if you're hurt, just come to me and I'll patch you up. Just need to work on that bedside manner thing. It's a pain in the butt. Anyway, yeah, it's me. He's also a druid. He just failed to mention that.
Okay. Who's next? Not everybody all at once now.
You're gonna have to pick names out of a hat.
I'll go next.
You can then.
I'm sorry, were you trying to go?
No, by all means, go first.
All right, well, thank you. Koni is a white-furred Harengon. She showed up a little while ago and has been something of a minor nuisance ever since she showed up. She's a grouchy and pushy bunny, to be perfectly frank. But most of the time, she just sort of hangs around, either causing trouble or you think she's causing trouble. But for the most part, she does hang around the local bar and makes her earnings gambling and playing cards and, well, using her wherewithal to win the pot most of the time. No one really knows why she came here, why she's staying here, because she doesn't seem particularly happy about it, but she seems determined to make this her home whether she or anybody else likes it or not.
She brings a lot of people to my hospital. She says it's in self-defense. I believe
yeah.
her.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, Koni does have despite being a small little bunny, she tends to beat the crap out of people if they cross her.
Yeah, the Coney discount at the doctor.
Hey, welcome back. Oh, yeah, this is another stab wound. Give me a second.
Oh yeah, I see you ran into her too.
Yeah. Pointy table again?
There is I almost want to say that the local tavern has a "Beware of Rabbit" sign somewhere nearby, and she just happens to always be sitting under it.
It's just like a section of bar, and that's the only bit you're allowed to like beat people's heads in with. Just have like a dedicated like bit of table. It's like kill whoever you want, but only over there.
Sit here at your peril. You are likely to get punched.
Rabbit punched.
Hey.
Oh, same page.
Awesome.
Who's next? Got two more.
Yeah, I would Uin Lad. He's a fairy that flew in from the woods. Doesn't honestly do a lot, but loves to travel, which is why she's claims a traveling merchant's cart as her house and just kind of lurks in it. They don't seem to care that she's there. In fact, it's actually even better because then it adds more mysticality and magic, which is purposely misspelled. Um, Very fiery looking fairy, very friendly, very just, I just want to be out there. I don't care about whatever your is doing. I'm out here, I'm doing my own thing. But I'll still help you, by all means, if it's funny or fun. Or you hurt yourself along the way and I get to laugh at it.
I'll help you, but only if it amuses me. Otherwise, you're on your own.
I'm guessing
Oh, dear.
she's like sitting around and points and laugh at the people Koni beats up.
Oh, absolutely. Just sitting in the rafters with a little fairy-sized tub of popcorn.
Oh, that's great. So, a fiery fairy. Please don't tell me you're a draconic sorcerer.
No,
Okay, good.
I am
good,
a
good.
sorcerer, yes, but not draconic.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let us not dwell too much on that thought. Yeah.
I thought about it, but no.
You should have done it. It would have been hilarious.
All right. Xencarn, you going yet?
Yes, I have. Ignore me.
Okay.
Yes, another group project avoided.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am Xencarn. I'm playing Benqua Arrowflare, a goblin artificer who is apprenticed to, and I had this up. I do. Urzul Blackhammer, who is the half-orc blacksmith of the town. So Benka's deal is she's more interested in painting than smithing, but she's good at both. So she uses the smithing money to buy paints as she sort of tries to practice runecraft and magic on the side. She's very, she's either, at the smithy or at the smithy. Tends to keep to herself more than not.
Okay.
So often she comes in with a bruised thumb. I ask why, and then she just looks at me funny.
I know. What do you think?
Yes.
There are 3 options, and 2 of them aren't it.
Yikes. All right.
So.
Oh yeah, Goblin
Dragon
Artificer
did it.
too, because I don't remember if I mentioned that.
Goblin Artificer. All right. All right. So for the 4 of you, Embershard started as a mining village many years back. They mine this substance called ember. It's sort of a crystal that has strong magical properties. There was a decent vein on it to the hills on the west side. However, when that mine dried up, the miners all left, leaving behind a small agricultural community behind. You basically have a very idyllic lifestyle here. It's small, it's out of the way. If it wasn't for the river that gets traders to pass by once in a while, this village might not even exist still. It is spring. The winter was fairly mild, and now that the snow has thawed out and the weather is warm enough to start planting, the farmers are all gathering at the tavern, which is basically the place to go for the village to get together on anything. So think of it as the city hall. And they're all planning out what crops to plant, rotations, how many hands they might need to hire from around other villages in the area. And the other talk of the town is that there is a new caravan coming into town. This caravan is 3 wagons. They come to see the mayor. As best as you can tell, they are men and women in long white coats carrying goods from all around. Possibly merchants, but they just don't seem dressed the part. They don't spend any time in the village. They go right to the mayor's place. Rumor has it that the mayor may be trying to get new trade agreements with the bigger cities to the north and south. If so, that would be good for the village if you're wanting to see the village grow and see more traffic in the area. If you prefer the village being small and quiet, like the blacksmith, then this would probably not be in your best interests. So, with that, the first thing, merchant priests. Interesting. Okay. uh, Xanderth, Silverstar. He is a dragonborn in his late 20s. He is a black scaled dragonborn merchant. He runs the general store in town. And he's always up looking for some way to make money. That's his thing. He's going around asking folks what they might know about these newcomers that have come to see the mayor. And of course, he's not getting much information out of anyone because people don't know. So he has the idea to go talk to the mayor and try to get his foot in the door to see what this is about. Because if these are merchants, he wants to set up a little business with them. So he starts approaching you all, and he's kind of just asking a bit. So, these new folks that came in town, they might have a little bit of goods to trade around. Kind of wondering if any of you guys want to help me, kind of get in good graces with the mayor, maybe, rub elbows and stuff with these people. I mean, after all, good business is always, in the best interests of everyone. I might make it worth
What do
your
you
while.
want me to do? Make them a pie?
Well, it's no secret you all are well liked in this village.
Uh-huh.
Kind of having
Tony
you
seems
around.
very confused. Are we talking about the same village?
Okay, well, maybe not you. But I'm
Sorry,
just
trying
saying.
to figure out why we want to rub elbows with someone that seems unsanitary.
It's a figure of speech. Come on.
Oh, cool. Gotcha. Yeah.
And some of us are actually busy. What did you want?
Okay, the mayor and I haven't been on good terms over the past winter. Because may or may not have tried selling some blankets there that weren't exactly the thick winter-like blankets that they were marked up as. I mean, the guy
I know.
from the city looked legit. It was a good deal. I couldn't pass that up. A little on the thin side, but I mean, come on. For the price that he paid, it was still a steal. Not literally a steal. It did not fall off the back of a wagon.
Well, that explains a
time.
few frostbite incidents we had over the winter. Sorry, probably should have kept that in my head.
But you cut a little off the top and it came to bite you back in the ass. And now you want our help because you're f***ed up. I don't see how that's our problem.
I mean, I don't see what the problem with the blankets was, and people threw out a bunch of them, and I found if you just stack a bunch of them on top of each other, they make one big blanket, and that works pretty well.
See, the rabbit gets it.
And it's also not stealing if people throw them away.
That is also
See
true.
her eyebrows wiggle when she says that.
Meanwhile, Flint is just looking at Koni with an impassive expression, and in his head, he's just imagining Koni swaddled in a bunch of blankets, and it's just sort of thinking in his head, "My God, that's so cute."
He sees the little daydream cloud above your head and pops it with a pin or something. Stop that.
Sorry. Wait, you can see those too? Rad.
No. She just goes whistling innocently.
Oh, this sounds like bureaucracy, and that is not something I want to get dealt with.
Well, I'm kind of busy with, people's boo-boos and whatnot, and also learning what a bedside manner is, but according to, Dr. Fleming. But, what are you going to be... So what's the deal here? You're offering a deal of some sort? I got that vague impression. I'm just not sure what it was, because, I'd have to explain to Dr. Flem what's going on.
He opens his mouth to respond, but at that point, the front door to the tavern bursts open with two kids, out of breath and slightly disheveled, and they start shouting, "The mail carrier's here," and she's screaming,
Hold on, hold on. Flint immediately walks forward and says, "All right, where's the mail carrier? Take me to her." And it pulls out sort of like a bag on his hip.
We heard her
Sure.
running this way. She's in the North Fields.
All right, all right. And Flint will start making his way in that direction, just, on instinct.
Okay.
Well, doctor's instinct, I guess. Figures it's an injury. Looks over his back. Anyone coming along?
Half
Do
the
some of
tavern
the
gets up.
and stuff.
Yeah, well, I haven't fought anybody today. I might as well get my reps in. And Koni just sort of indifferently follows after Flint to see where this is going.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, if it's part of the woods, I suppose it's better.
All right. You go out to the North Fields and kind of laying down, completely out of breath and bleeding, is a centaur. You recognize her. Her name is Cassia Lightwind. She is a young centaur woman. Looks more like a deer than horse on her centaur side. And she is the local mail carrier. She's always bringing letters and packages from other villages around the area. She looks like she got into a nasty fight with some animals and just lying there panting, out of breath, blood trickling out of several wounds on her sides and legs. And of course, her mailbag is somewhat torn and has spilled some of the letters.
You dead?
What?
Say nothing if you're dead.
No, the wolves things with the teeth and the gnashing and the
Calm
biting.
down, calm down, calm down. Hold on a sec. Let me just take a look at this. Hold still, hold still. All right, might put you on your side, and Flint will attempt a medicine check to try and perform some first aid.
Okay.
Okay, so let me find that. There's medicine. Oh, and I grab it and then roll it in here.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, 14, not terrible.
14. Okay. Anyone assisting?
No, but I'm going to be doing something myself. I just want to wait for this to clear up first.
Okay. On a 14, you manage to quickly bandage up the bleeding wounds. There are not too many of them. She seems to have been lucky enough to outpace her attackers.
Any does it, I mean, I guess I'm not entirely sure how a doctor would check for this, but does it look like these? Well, basically, I don't know. When it comes to infection, I'll talk to Dr. Flem about that, but continue.
Okay. For anybody who's there watching, if you want to make a nature check to discern what kind of animal attacked her.
I'm not going to do that. I'm
Sure.
actually going to look at roll a perception check to look and see at the mail that's been spilling out of her bag, and just look and see who it's for.
Okay.
Well, that was perception. Oh no, that was perfect. Yeah, never mind.
Okay. On a perception of 13, she has spilled some of the mail. It seems most of it is generally for the villagers. Some of it, you would say most of it actually, is like seed packets, packages of seeds and stuff for the farmers. There are quite a number of letters to the mayor.
All right, I'm going to do something sneaky. I'm going to make it. Koni is actually going to legitimately put like all the seed packets and put like the seed packet envelopes back into the mail bag. She's going to try to see if she can like nick one of the letters to the mayor.
Okay. Roll me sleight of hand.
Preferably one that does not have a wax seal on it, or one that looks like it's got the easiest to break open wax seal.
Yeah, they all have wax seals, but roll sleight of hand because you see one that looks particularly like you could probably pry it open without trouble.
Okay.
Okay.
14.
As far as you can tell, no one noticed as you slide one under your shirt. For those who got nature checks, let's see. I see a 21. Nice. A 20. Very good. Very good. All right. The marks on her leg seem indicative of wolves, which are not unheard of in these woods. They are all over the place.
Okay.
Though with these bite marks, you do feel that they are particularly something else about the way these wounds were caused.
So
Almost
okay,
as if the teeth were like frigid cold.
oh no.
There's a little bit of that bruising you get with frostbite
Mhm.
on the edges of those wounds.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if, because like as you said, that bites,
Mhm.
but as though something has like magical has like either infected or enchanted these wolves.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand with that. I think that's the.
Yeah, you can roll to
No, that
assist.
is the wrong button. Oh no, there it is. I figured it out.
Oh, we don't know.
We
Okay, well,
tried.
between the two of you, you think there might be something magical involved here, because the thing that you might have been thinking about was frost wolves, but this doesn't seem indicative of frost wolves. They're not this far south, for one, and two, their bites aren't like this. They don't leave this kind of frostbitten mark behind.
So someone's with the local wildlife. The question is why, and the question is, do we have to deal with it?
Basically, Flint's just been looking at this and he's like, oh, wow, what the heck attacked you? Those look pretty nasty, and that's probably not something I should say to a patient. Anyway, yeah, let's get you back if we can. Realizes you'd be picking up an entire horse or deer person. Any of them that want to lend a hand, I got noodle arms.
Yeah.
Oh,
Several of the villagers will come help,
Sure.
and they will escort her to the tavern.
Right.
They'll sort of wedge around through the door and make her way inside, sit down next to a table, as chairs are not built for her, and she will order 2 mugs, as she has 2 hands and will be utilizing them both.
Right.
wow.
Flint is definitely keeping an eye on her condition, just trying to make sure there are no sudden dips or dives.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might have overheard Uin Lad and Benga talking about the wounds and would sort of trying his best to be uh, inconspicuous, wanders over to them and says, so wait, you say this didn't look like Winterwolf stuff?
Kinda, but not really, because it's like it doesn't quite have the same teeth bite mark, but it's like it's cold. It's definitely a wolf. It's definitely cold. You'd think it'd be a winter wolf, but no, it's
Yeah,
different.
because that was my first my first thought too. Hold on, do we have like this town doesn't have a wizard in it? I don't know. For some reason, I feel like every town needs a wizard, but that's not the case.
You're
Maybe I'm
looking
just
for a town
biased.
wizard?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I probably should check, but I'm not.
Tessa
Yeah, who's the
Rivette.
most?
She
Tessa
is
Rivette.
a tief. Tessa Rivette is a tiefling wizard in her mid-30s. She generally
Oh.
lives on the edge of town. Doesn't really
Okay.
interact with people that much. She kind of does her own thing. Residents are wary of her because she tends to do weird things and experiments in her little lab in her hut. And she
Well,
spends a
Flint.
lot of time with her owl talking.
Well, Flint is basically the equivalent of that meme with the DW looking at the sign saying, "That doesn't scare me because I can't read." And someone says, "Ah, that we should probably go to her."
What
That
you,
makes sense.
yeah, what you and Dr. Flem know is that she is really good at brewing potions, and
Mhm.
Dr. Flem, when he's low on his stock of healing potions, he tends to go to Tessa for ingredients to brew more.
Gotcha.
Wait, isn't
Okay.
she the? Wait, isn't the fairy a wizard? And
Sorcerer.
Koni points at
Sorcerer.
same thing. I mean, can't she figure it out?
Kinda, but not
Well, didn't you
really.
just try and figure it out? And like, this was all you got? I mean, we need someone with like maybe a deeper knowledge of like magical creatures and stuff. Like, I mean, if
We're not
this,
saying the fairy's an idiot, but
I
Ouch.
wasn't saying that either. Either. Where did that come from? That was just kind of over uncalled for there. Anyway, whatever.
That made me mix up your paints.
Yeah, see, now you know why I call her an idiot.
Wow, no love in this party. All right.
Ouch.
So let's go around the table to see what everyone's next action is. Uin Lad, what will you be doing?
Uh, yeah, no, I'm gonna go wizard.
You're gonna go to the
That
wizards.
doesn't bother me. I'm used to weird things. I live with a weird person.
Ah, then Tessa's your woman to go see. Benga. Or Benka.
Yeah, wizard.
Wizard. Okay. Koni.
I'm not doing anything else, and I don't want to like pull out the letter I stole in front of everybody. So yeah, let's go see the wizard and take attention off that.
Okay. Flint.
Wizard.
Wizard. Okay. We have.
I've heard you're supposed to follow the yellow brick road. I don't know because I've never seen a yellow brick road around here. Sounds a little silly. Why waste bricks on roads?
All right. Dr. Flem will watch over Cassia for the time being, so you will not have to worry.
That's
All right.
Here.
The four of you journey to the edge of town, and you go to Tessa's little hut. You knock on the door. It opens, and standing there is a middle-aged, well, not middle-aged, but like 36 or so, you would say. Tiefling woman, fairly tall, in a black frilly gown with the big, brim kind of witch hat that, is stereotypical. She has a very young face for her age, something that some of the residents kind of throw rumors about. She opens the door, sees the four of you, and kind of smiles and, what can I do for you all?
Hey there, Tess. We have an odd patient I'd like you to take a look at. Mainly to try and figure out what kind of critter did it. Figured we'd need someone with knowledge of arcane critters or something like that. Looks like a wolf bite, but with cold, but it wasn't a winter wolf. Apparently these wounds don't linger like that.
Come in, come in.
All right,
We'll talk about this.
Awesome.
Would anybody like some tea?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Frickin' A. I think that's what you say, right, Koni? When you get a beer at the bar occasionally? Anyway, whatever.
I mean, I guess so, but I mean, her house isn't made of gingerbread like I would have been led to believe. So, and what are we going to have with the tea?
All right. As you walk in, her house is very cluttered with books, scrolls, all manners of boxes filled with leaves, twigs of different varieties, body parts of small animals and critters that she's collecting in jars. You're not sure if she's pickling them for meals later or preserving them for anatomy study.
There better not be a lucky rabbit's foot in there.
Thankfully, no rabbits.
Good.
She grabs several piles of books off the table and just kind of shoves them to the floor with a kafunk. Claps her hands, and an invisible servant walks in with a tea tray, sets it out, sets out the cups, and starts pouring the tea. Do let my servant know how many lumps of sugar you would like.
Yeah.
Two for me.
And if you want milk, we have that as well. I think it's still good.
Pass on the milk then. But thanks.
I'll take 3 lumps, no milk.
All right.
Oh, and milk.
She whistles up to the rafters where you see a white barn owl just kind of look down. Archimedes, dear, could you please get our most recent find in the woods? It's on the bed by the blue box. The owl just kind of flaps, swoops down, and goes off into the bedroom.
Just staring at the owl the entire time.
She sits down. So tell me, who is our most recent... you said you had a patient?
Yeah, regrettably, Miss Lightwind. She got attacked by something on the way into town, trying to deliver her letters and whatnot. You said you have a specimen you're bringing in? I mean, I can't imagine it can be all that large if Archimedes is bringing it.
It's on paper. I'm not going to drop a dead animal on the table while you're all having tea. That would be
Yeah, that would kind of ruin the
quite the
atmosphere,
faux pas.
wouldn't it?
Wait a second. Did you imply that that there's been other victims of this sort of thing? Because you asked who's the. Because didn't you just ask who the latest victim is?
There's a couple of animals I happened upon recently as I was gathering reagents in the woods. The owl flies back, lands on her shoulder with some scroll in its beak. She takes the scroll, puts it on the table, and unrolls it. And there's sketches, one of a fox and the other one of a hawk. And it's an anatomy sketch of each, where she's drawn pretty well the animals and notations on wounds that they received. They look, based on her drawing, very similar to what Cassia had for her wounds.
Now, just so I'm clear, these animals were wounded in a way similar to Centaur. Not these animals are causing the wounds, right?
Correct.
Wow, this is interesting. So, do you have any idea what might be doing it? I mean, this is a bit beyond our current knowledge of the arcane. We don't really have many other clues at the moment.
What's bothering me is the fact that how's the same creature managed to bite both a fox, a centaur, and a flying bird?
I mean, birds perch occasionally, but yeah, that's a good point.
And what kind of thing could be able to strike at any three of those kinds of targets like this? Another flying creature?
Maybe a cat. I mean, cats eat birds. They attack people, and I've never seen a cat attack like a horse though. That'd be pretty dumb with a cat.
Yeah, if it was a
Yeah,
big enough cat.
unless it was a very big cat, I imagine.
Yeah, these looked more like canine bite marks though. Then again, looks can be deceiving. Anyway, we're sort of just rambling around a bit here. Do you happen to have an answer that you're waiting to reveal at the best dramatic moment, or?
Oh, I wish, dear, but I do not. I'm
Uh,
actually hoping that maybe we can assist the town and figure out what this is.
Fair enough. So it's hanging out in the woods. I've been there before.
Yes, I found the bird about 2 weeks ago, and the fox I found about a month ago. So this
Oh,
only
so it's been
recently
going on
started
for-
up.
Oh, I was going to say it's been going on for a while, but time is relative.
Time is relative, but time is also important. The attack
Yeah.
started when the winter's snow started to thaw.
Oh,
Hmm.
lovely.
So that means like something got loose then.
From hibernation or something.
Quite possible.
Well, wolves don't hibernate.
Yeah, they don't. Again, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's a bear with the head of a wolf. I don't know. And wildlife can get pretty crazy when magic's involved. Assuming that, and there was magic involved here, that's for sure. On another separate note, you found these animals dead, right? Or did you find any of them alive?
No, they were quite dead.
Okay, crud. Hold on a second. I think I'm Now there's an interesting question. What kind of creature just leaves a dead animal instead of eating it?
Ones that hunt
Someone
for fun.
It's either hunting for fun, yeah, like you said, or it's like protecting some area.
Yeah. In that case, I think what Flint will do is he'll roll another medicine check to try and determine what the cause of death was for these creatures from the sketches.
Okay.
He'd also confer with Tessa to try and see if she has any insights into this as well. He basically wants to know what the prognosis for his patient might be. Okay, not
10.
terrible, not great.
Okay. You don't really have a lot more information come to your mind on this.
Fair enough. We don't.
Not too sure.
There's-
The plus side is Cassia will make a recovery. She's doing well. She can certainly drink. She can drink like a horse.
Right. You've been sitting on that one for a while, haven't you? Anyway, Flint just sighs, leans back, and shrugs and says, "It was worth a shot. Thanks, Tess. It just there isn't a lot to go on. You're right." So, any rough area where these attacks were happening, like in the woods, or were they separate? I mean, I know it's hard to sort of triangulate from just two samples, but
It's all been deep in the woods, and it's all to the north.
maybe we should go back and talk to Cassia, just see if she has any more to her story that she'd like to share. What do y'all think? Also, this tea is great. Like, where'd you get it? I like the spices in it.
Oh, there's a blue mushroom in the woods that I collect.
Huh.
Makes for a very good tea.
You know,
It's
my
very
dad used to put those in tea. No wonder it tasted familiar.
okay.
Koni just sort of glances around to make sure that like nothing's about to turn into a pile of snakes or like the walls start melting or anything.
Nothing like that happens. Although it is creepy enough that it could if it wanted to. All right. Uh, any further questions for Tessa?
Not
Giving
my own,
the
you know?
owl the stink eye every now and then. Because it is considerably bigger than she is.
What can you tell us about the monsters that sort of normally live in the forest? We know wolves and the like, but is there anything more, I don't know, magical that ever shows up?
Often.
Rumors, sightings?
The woods are filled with fairy circles and all manner of nefarious fey creatures.
Yep.
The best I can tell you is 1, never accept food from a fairy. 2, don't mess with their circles unless you want to visit their realm.
Mhm.
And 3, never make deals.
No, that one's totally fine. You should absolutely make deals with us all the time. We're completely honest.
All right, so don't mess with their circles, don't accept food from them, and don't make deals with them.
Yeah, because do you want warlocks? Because that's how you get warlocks.
Flint just gives Uin Lad the stink eye when she does to make deals with fairies.
All right.
Yeah.
As you all leave, with tea in your tummies and everything, you all feel invigorated. Everyone gets 1 point of inspiration, so don't forget that.
So how do you add it? Oh, there we go. It's just a tiny check mark. I see it. I
Yes,
got
little
it.
check.
Awesome.
So you have 1 use of advantage at any point.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yes. All right. When you go back to the tavern, it is a very noisy place at this point, as Ikari, the local changeling bard, is doing a song, a dance number. They are doing a rendition of a jester's tune that's very popular in the north about a phony king. And you see that Cassia is down on her like 4th mug, and she's doing fine, all bandaged up. She seems in good spirits. And the farmer seemed to have mostly forgotten the incident earlier as they go back to their business.
Can't help but think that if this monster or whatever it was has been attacking other people, like attacking the farmers or their livestock, then I don't think they'd be like all this happy and cavorting and stuff.
Those are animals in the deep woods, not livestock. Once it starts going after livestock, then they'll be upset for sure.
Koni, make me a wisdom check.
Awesome.
18. Okay. You get the distinct premonition. I don't know if premonition is the right word, but you have the feeling that most of the people have passed this off as wolves. Just wolves, and Cassia was maybe a little hysterical, and who wouldn't be if they were attacked and they're not a fighter type, you know. She's a mail carrier. She delivers mail. She does not fight wolves. But in one corner, you can see a few of the farmers who don't seem convinced that this is just wolves, and they're sort of just to themselves, kind of mumbling about, okay, maybe we should post, a few more hands on the north side just to make sure if they see anything, come out for the livestock. Because that's the first thing that the wolves will come for.
Sorry. Koni's just going to march right up and take a seat next to them. Even if she has to like drag a chair over and I don't know, get like a phone book or something to sit on so she can actually see over the side of the table because she's not very tall, big.
Okay, you do so. Well, not the phone books, but you could get a small box.
Yeah.
The farmers kind of look at you with an incredulous look because you're not usually the one known to hang around them.
Relax, fellas. I'm not here for your vegetable patches. I couldn't help but notice you guys aren't sharing in the revelry here with the other revelers. Uh, what's up with that?
Hmm. Something not right about we have this thing that Farmer Brown mentioned a couple years back, talking about these creatures, otherworldly, that stalk at night. But the woods are deep and dark, so you couldn't tell if it was day or not. And we have a funny feeling that now that things have thawed and they've come out of hiding, they may be out for blood again.
Oh, but wait, where was this Farmer Brown's place?
One old farmer raises his hand. I'm Farmer Brown.
Okay, well, yeah, where's your farm located?
His farm's one of the northern farms on the map.
Northern Farm. Okay. Um, well, and Koni's just like she plays it up a little dumb on purpose and is all like,
Mhm.
"Wait a second. I mean, there's a winter every year, I imagine. How come these kind of attacks don't happen all the time? What's
Ah,
different between this winter and other winters where this didn't happen?"
this creature awakens on 10-year cycles. It's out for a sacrifice of blood, and it will not stop until it's satiated.
Koni just sort of looks over at the male lady. I'm assuming just biting her isn't gonna cut it.
No, they require all the blood. You remember Henry Stevenson, the old man, a
No.
farmer from the
Oh,
east side? Yeah, he lost a daughter around 10 years ago. I bet it's the
Wait,
same creature.
is that the guy that I harass on a regular basis?
He may be one of them, but it is common knowledge that his daughter did die in the woods 10 years ago.
How old is Farmer Brown?
Brown's, you would say he'd be in his late 50s. He's been around, lived his village his entire life.
Okay, you seem like you've been here for a while, buddy. I mean, has it like did like someone else lose their kid or like the loved one or their pet poodle or whatever to this thing the 20 years ago or the 30 years ago or the however many tens of years ago?
Oh, there was a widower, I believe, way back when, 30 years past. She lost her husband to consumption, the pneumonia and all that. But she always went to the woods to collect mushrooms, and one time we heard her scream and never come out. Farm hands went searching for a couple days through those woods, never found anything but some ragged torn cloth off her dress.
Don't think this thing is gonna keep trying making an attempt on our male lady's life, do you?
Oh, it does not discriminate. It'll take whatever it can get.
Okay, so it's not gonna like hunt her day and night or anything. It's just gonna like try to grab anything that's coming by.
Yes, that's what the problem is. In order to get out of this village in any direction, you would have to go through the woods. The northern roads are the ones that get us to the closest villages nearby. If we can't travel those roads, this village is not going to be able to gather the materials and stores it needs to continue another winter. We can only grow and subsist so much on our own.
Oh, don't that beat all? Um, okay. And what do you think it is? Obviously it's some sort of like creepy crawly critter, but what do you think it might look like? Or heard any rumors about that?
They all kind of look at each other and they each mumble something different. A man, a wolf, a bear. They can't agree on what it is. They just know that it's something unnatural, not from this world. So
Hmm.
you get the distinct idea that it's not what it looks like that matters, what it does, and that's what bothers them. And of course, since there's no witnesses other than Cassia, who said wolves, that's all you got to go on. But
Can the rest of us
Wolves
overhear this
plural.
conversation?
sure, if you're nearby, you could overhear some of it.
Because I'm gonna walk over and just sort of lean. You said the farmer's daughter went missing. Was it just her, or did other villagers go as well?
Well, the last time it happened, it was just her. Usually it's
Was there a time
livestock.
before that?
Yeah, the 30 years ago when the old widower disappeared.
So it's always only just been a single person?
It only needs to feed once. Every 10 years, it needs that sacrifice.
This is going to sound like a odd question. The farmer, did he owe anybody money?
They all look at each other, almost insulted, and they're like, no. We work hard on these lands. We own these parts.
Oh no, for sure. I didn't mean that as an insult, but I'm just trying to think if there might have been a reason that his family was targeted specifically.
Like I said, these
That-
creatures aren't discriminatory. They will take whoever dares wander into their woods.
What
So
was
the daughter wandered away from the farmlands?
The woods are open. We go there to gather wood to build homes, furniture, to harvest, various things that we can't, get here. Like there are mushrooms there that are very good. We also hunt
True.
game. The forests are full of deer, elk, and other animals that, the butcher needs to in order to make meats.
But
I'm
if this
guessing
if this is a 1 in 10 year event, surely there would have been steps taken to make sure people weren't wandering the woods by themselves, yes?
What do you want us to do? Go in groups every time we have to go out?
Well, I just think it's weird that both times that you've mentioned it's been women, and both times it's been a singular one. That to me speaks of a target rather than random opportunity. And as we were talking to Tess earlier, we both know, well, we should all know, that there are fae in the woods.
the centaur's a lady.
True.
Exactly.
It's been 10 years since it showed up. And it took one of your cows, didn't it, Frank? Yeah, yep. Took my prized heifer. Came in the night, took the whole thing.
Wait, and this was the same year that the farmer's daughter disappeared?
Wait, it also took your cow the same year? Yeah, you knew. Old Bessie. She's my prized cow. I was going to take her to the fair down south in the big city. It also took the daughter, so it had to happen twice. Huh. That might be true. Interesting. Forgot about the cow incident. Yeah. Well, I thought I told you. Well, maybe we just didn't remember. It's been 10 years. We're getting up in age.
Well, it stands to reason that that the thing might need the ladies for something else other than sustenance. Because if it was just hungry, you just pointed out that it's the woods. If they only needed food, there'd be like plenty of elk or deer for them to eat and then go back to bed.
Or
What do they want the woman for?
It just knows female. It doesn't know species. That's why it took the cow. And then somebody sent it back out.
I mean, I know we play a lot of the tricks on the travelers, but we would never do anything dangerous, lethally dangerous.
Depends on the
There it
fairy.
is.
Depends on the fairy, Flint
Yes.
says, finally speaking up, and he sort of looks back and says, there are ones more dangerous than you out there. At this
Yeah,
point,
we
sorry, go on.
don't talk about those ones.
Well, it might be time. Anyway, I don't
Alright.
think we're going to really figure it out until we leave, but before then, would you mind, Mr. GM, if I... Flint would like to just sort of approach Cassie and try and, reapply some new bandages, just partially as a pretext, partially as a precaution, mainly because he wants to see whether or not like the magical element of the wounds has faded to any extent, or if it's still there.
You basically, check the bandages, readdress them. I mean, Dr. Flem did a great job, so
Oh, for sure, he's the
it almost feels redundant for half the bandages.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the wounds are healing. Whatever damage the cold did to her skin has lessened, so it is healing.
good. I think Flint lets out a sigh of relief and says, "Good, good. You're on the mend. Just wanted to check that too." So, you I'm sorry, I don't really know how to do this, but so like, have you been asked this already, or like, what went down? You said wolves, but
Now I was just traveling down the path I usually take, and wolves attacked me.
Northern Road, and you say wolves plural. There's more than one.
It was two of them.
Oh,
Just unnatural things. It's like they had these like kind of black matte coats, and it was almost like no light shone off them. You know how like an animal's coat could be shiny on the sunlight? Yeah, this looked like it just like sucked all the light in the area.
okay, that's pretty spooky. Well, I'm glad you're safe here. This was the Northern Road, right?
Yeah, go see for
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah, well, we may just be doing that ourselves. Depends on what we decide, but I'm sorry to hear this happened. Well, and to see that it happened. But either way, glad you're on the mend. You might want to rest here for a while, though. I don't know if you feel that if you have any fever, any sweats, go to the clinic, talk to me or Flem. We might be able to help out with that a bit, at least treat symptoms.
All right. What's the party going to do now? Akari's finished with their set, and they've retired for the afternoon to get some food, and farmers are now dispersing to go do their fields and get everything plowed for seed plantations. Could have
Very
worded
fun.
that better.
Before we leave, is there like, did anyone leave like a bottle of brandy or bourbon on the on a table?
Empty ones.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, so much for nicking a bottle. Koni's gonna go up to the whoever's running the bar
Mhm.
and ask to purchase a bottle of let's see. Yeah, I want a bottle of not your finest liquor. I want whatever you got that can strip paint off of the wall.
Something that strip paint off the wall. Okay.
Just
Well,
leave the bottle.
all right. 3 silver. He'll put a bottle of some spirits that will definitely strip paint off your tongue, as well as all the fur off your tongue, so you aren't going to taste anything.
Koni sniffs at it.
It's strong.
Okay, good. She
Like absinthe, if I pronounce that right.
all right, she carefully puts the bottle among her belongings, and there's like any rags on the table, like cleaning rags or just like used napkins. She grabs a bunch of those as well.
Okay, you can grab, say, 2 dish rags that are used for
All
cleaning
right.
tables.
She doesn't explain herself. She just is these things before she heads out.
Okay.
Flint would just relay the information he learned to the rest of the party, but otherwise he's ready to move on. Actually, he might ask him the Benqua and Uin Lad again, if they have any ideas what this might be, after revealing that it apparently absorbed light. And
Can we make another Arcana check with this new
there
information?
were two of
You
them.
may.
Mm.
Yay!
Yeah,
Time to roll natural 1.
I know. Right?
Oof.
I saw that 20.
Rip. Hey, awesome.
Dope.
All right. Creature. Well, if there are creatures that don't reflect light or absorb light, man, you really don't want to deal with those.
A void wolf.
A what?
A void wolf.
Yeah. You would be dealing with things from the plane of shadows and a few of the undead that are pretty nasty, like certain kind of lich, maybe.
Shadows, possibly, but I don't know that in his character.
Well, I will say that if it was anything like that, it is very doubtful that Cassia would have lived.
She would have died. She would have died so fast it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even be a body.
Challenge rating 1, people. Challenge rating 1.
I mean, shadows are what? Challenge rating 1/4, and they can kill you in like 2 hits.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Okay, so it's got a frostbite, and it doesn't absorb light.
Hold on.
And it's
So-
wolf-shaped, she said.
Yeah, she did say that.
More than one.
There were 2. Yeah. So maybe that would explain both the cow and someone dying? I don't know. So we are going to try and investigate this, right? In which case we're gonna have to, tell people what we're doing. At least talk to the sergeant.
Wow, you guys sound like you're actually being like responsible.
I don't know, man.
Hey, give
have a
it
thought.
time.
Screw that. I mean, I was just gonna go straight into the woods and go hunting. I ain't gotta explain my actions to these people.
I'll
This
just leave
creature
a note to the
sounds-
sergeant in case he wants to join us.
This creature sounds a lot more like a summon than it does something natural.
That's a possibility.
Like, this... For 2 of them to be acting the way they are, like... Yeah, if it was something like an undead or something from, like, like an umbra creature, like, as you said, she'd be completely gone. So this has to be either a pale imitation of one, or she got incredibly lucky. And if it is a summon, what would Benka know about sort of adjurative
Sorry.
magic, I guess?
About what kind of magic?
About like summoning and,
Well, if you have the skill,
that kind of magic.
you can summon creatures from most any plane. And if you're good at binding them to do your will, then they can certainly mess things up. Of course, if you fail at binding, they're going to mess you up. But the experienced ones know what to do. If you're thinking like maybe somebody summoned some kind of creature from the shadow planes, that's possible. A
I think
skill.
that would be Benka's guess currently.
Okay. Well, does the party want to head off north?
Sure, but yeah.
If you're gonna do your thing, I'm gonna do you all a favor and preemptively warn the fairies so they don't mess with you.
Sure, that honestly sounds like a great idea. Thanks. But
Okay,
I
I
think
think I have to find the smithy first.
Flint would definitely leave a note for the sergeant, aka Milt's character, in case he wants to join us where we're going. Sort of with a lowdown on what happened and sort of where we're roughly headed.
All right. He will stay at the village, though. They will need protection, but he will make note of that in case you guys don't come back in a few hours.
Right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Now
good.
I'll head to the smithy. Tell names. Tell Urzel where I'm going, and also collect my armor and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, Flint would also go to Dr. Fleming and say, "Hey, some people are decided to head into the woods to try and see what's going on. This is apparently a repeat incident sort of thing. I figure I should go with them just in case anyone gets, a little bit in a way that bandages won't help." And he sort of snaps a finger and like a little bit of magic pops out, like a little bit of a thorn grows out of his hand for a second before it goes away. He shrugs and says, I got some tricks up my sleeve. I'll do my best to be careful though. And
All right.
otherwise we'll join the party.
All right. Anybody else making preparations?
Well, I've already made some preparations with the stuff I got from the bar. I'm gonna like tear up the cleaning rags and wrap the rags around a few of my arrows. So when the time comes, I'm gonna soak them in the paint thinner brandy and light them up.
Okay.
They're going to go with a Molotov cocktail, but this
I
is
thought
better.
you were going with the Molotov as well.
I was going to make a crack about how we're fighting like shadow wolves and not like a Panzer IV.
Expectations subverted. Interesting. All right.
Yeah,
While
how
everyone
many?
is-
I'm assuming I could get like maybe 5, 6 arrows wrapped up like this.
We'll say 5 arrows.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, while everyone's doing their prepping town, she's gonna go off into the woods, go find the fairies, and be like, "Hey, there's some people coming. They're mine. Don't mess with them."
Fairies will stay clear of that. All right. So we go off on the north path into the woods.
Awesome.
And it does get dark fairly quick as the woods get very thick in the afternoon.
Mhm.
Of course, you have the usual denizens that you can hear: birds. Occasional distance, you might see a shadow of a deer pass by, trotting off quickly when it spots you all.
Flint waves.
And as you get out there, you start smelling something. The scent of a campfire.
Interesting.
It seems a little bit to the west of your current position, off the trail.
I think Flint would sort of hold out a hand, sniff the air, and say, "Smell that? Hold on, should we
Koni
investigate?"
just Koni just motions for people to stop talking. She's going to try to sneak up into the area.
Whoa, hold on. Flint will follow and try and be stealthy, and also try and make sure no one gets lost because I have survival.
Yeah, and stealthing for shit. So I'll ready my crossbow and hang back.
Well, if you want to try stealth your way here, go ahead and roll me a stealth.
Oh boy.
Give it a go. Why not?
Oh no, I'm so sorry, Koni. At least you should be in.
You know
So
what? I
I'm
can't
going to
do
let you
worse.
guys-
I can't do worse than a 7. Let's give it a go.
Yeah, I'm going to let you guys go first, and I'm going to just sneak around like the cymbal and bagpipes party you guys seem to be having.
Nope, totally can.
Okay, it's
Well
a
then.
fairy in the woods. I belong here.
Okay, then.
Flint just looks at Benqua, looks forward, sighs, and says, "Oh yeah, I messed up."
This is why Koni told you guys to like stay put.
Yeah.
Can I make another stealth roll to hide from these guys' failed stealth rolls?
Your failed stealth rolls aren't going to affect you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yours is too good. All right.
Littering about the leaves.
Okay. I'm going to share you a map of the campfire and the camp
Oh boy.
that you happen upon.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. You guys are all coming in from the east side.
Do we see anyone about?
You do not. The fire seems to have mostly been put out, but the embers are still burning, which means they were here recently.
Right. First things first. Perception check to see whether or not anyone's hiding, and also whether or not there's any signs of frost around here. 14.
14. Okay. You do not see anyone around, and nor does it look like there's any frost.
What the heck happened here? Hey, anyone good at turning over, like, rocks and stuff to look for clues? Not
Well,
my
if we got
forte.
10 minutes, I can cast Detect Magic.
Hey, I can sort of do something similar. Awesome. Let's do it together. Sort of
Cool.
raises the hand to high five.
Yeah, it's very half-hearted.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys can just assume that Koni just sort of like stepped off into the shadows and woods and is just being quiet away from you guys.
So in that case, while we're casting Detect Magic, what would other people do?
I'm just being, I failed the stealth, so I'm just being very obvious, but it's fine. You know, very new words, nothing out of the ordinary there. So I'm just literally just going through their stuff.
I'm just going to be rolling a perception check to just sort of like see what I can see around here
Hey,
on my hidden vantage point.
yes, he says.
Okay.
Just digging through bags, flipping things with my mage hand. Just complete disregard for personal space.
As long as you're not flipping anyone off with the mage hand. That's called Big B's expressive digit.
Bigby's middle
Fifth level
finger.
spell.
All right. What you can tell is that the camp is still in good condition. It's not like they trashed it or run or were attacked by anyone. It just seems they packed up what they needed and they left. All they left behind are sleeping bags, the tents, and some provisions of food and water. You don't see any signs of like weapons or anything left behind.
No, there's nothing interesting. I mean, yeah. The fact that they left their camping stuff behind means that they're probably coming back. Unless they got spares. Or they're
Well,
weird.
that's what I'm a bit concerned about myself.
For those of you
Almost
that
done here, but sorry.
For those of you who are casting Detect Magic,
Mhm.
you do get a faint glitter of magic from the tent that I've highlighted in a circle.
Oh, 1 second. Oh, that one. Yeah, I think Flint looks around as he's like sort of walking across the area, and yeah. Flint sort of looks around, sees the tent, looks to Benqua, says, "Yeah, I'm betting you see that too." And
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
also
Do we know what school of magic it is?
It is, to the best of your knowledge, conjuration, and it's coming from what looks like a torn up bag, like a satchel. And it's kind of fading too.
I
yeah.
simultaneously want to know what that is, but I also really don't want to with it if it's conjuration because I don't want to accidentally summon something.
I think Flint looks over to Uin Lad and says, "Hey, we found something interesting. You want to try poking it with your mage hand? We're a little worried about touching it with our
Yeah.
hands."
Lie on over with the big hand. Just pick it up.
Okay. I mean, it looks like a kind of satchel, the kind that you has a strap that you put over your shoulder, you carry your stuff in, but it looks like this was torn to shreds with malice. If there was anything in the bag, it looks like it was collected and taken. It just seems
the bag
unusual because
still
it's the only
has-
thing that seems to have been damaged around here.
But the bag still has an aura of magic.
It's fading, but it still has some
Fading.
aura left.
Okay.
Okay, well, here's the test. We put something in it and see what happens. And then she's just going to pick up a rock and just drop it in the bag.
Okay.
Flint steps back.
You
Lean
pick it up,
forward.
drop it in the bag.
And
Okay.
out came all the horrors of the world. No.
The rock goes in the bag and seems to almost fall through the bag, as in just out, gone, disappeared in the bag.
Wait.
Because it doesn't like thump against the ground or anything.
No, it just you put it in the bag and it just vanishes in the bag.
Oh,
Okay, the rock ate the bag ate the rock.
huh.
I'm
Let
gonna
me-
cast guidance on myself if I can as a cantrip.
Okay.
And then I'd like to make a Arcana check to see if this is like just try and see what this is, like what type of magical item this is.
Yeah.
Wow.
Highest
So
roll of the
23.
night.
So that's 27.
Excellent. You are quite certain this was at one point a bag of holding. However, it is so torn up and destroyed that it's going to completely lose what little magic it has in another hour or so. Someone purposely destroyed it.
Mother.
Well, mending won't fix the magic of a magic item.
That is
Yeah.
true.
I think
Is there any
go on.
way to fix it? Would we know?
You would need someone who's very skilled in the arcane arts to repair it and then re-enchant it.
here's another question. Can we still access the contents for the time being?
If you reach your hand into it, you could probably pull that rock back out.
Yeah, right. You have to know what you're searching for, don't you?
No,
With the bag. Oh, yeah, you can rummage around. Right,
you can
right.
rummage, but that does mean you have to stick your hand in there.
I think Flint looks to him.
Someone want
and
someone
Just
wanna lend
holding
me a
the
hand?
bag with like the mage hand. It's just dangling off the finger of the mage hand.
I think Flint will roll up his sleeve and say, "Right, you got my back in case I pull out like something dangerous."
Sure, I
Anyway.
cast guidance on Flint.
Thank you. Look, look, Pa, no hands, and he just puts it in.
As soon as he puts his hand in the bag, she's gonna shake it. And she'll be like, "Whoa!"
Okay.
All right.
Turns out it's actually a bag of devouring.
Oh God, please don't, please don't. Oh God.
Just shake it around on the mage hand like it's having a violent reaction to him.
This is a
putting his
bag of
hand in it.
devouring, I swear.
Didn't you say level 1?
I can make you a new hand at level 2. It'll be fine.
There you go. All right. So you reach in, rummage around. There's like a whole lot of nothing. It's like you're reaching into empty space.
Oh, that's weird.
And then your hand brushes against something hard, like a rock. And if you
Oh, my.
grab it and pull it out, it is indeed the rock that was put in there.
All right. Flint pulls it out.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. He'll reach in again, rummage around, see if there's anything else in there.
No. You feel like the space is slightly smaller than you last put your hand in there, but you're not feeling for anything else. You can almost feel like you brush up against the sides of an inside of a bag, like it has a kind of a leathery texture.
Yeah. I think Flint sort of frustratedly. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, do we know what happens? Because we know the magic is breaking.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to know what happens if there is anything in there? What would happen when the magic is gone? Would it just come out, or would it just poof?
All things being good, the likely conclusion is that the contents will just be ejected out of the bag onto the ground. If there's something in there that pierces the bag, it may fall out into the astral plane. So don't stick a sword in there without a scabbard.
You feel anything?
No, just the sides of the bag. I guess. Do you think, like, if you poke a hole in the bag of holding, like, stuff might leak out elsewhere? That'd be weird.
Put your head there, see if you see anything.
So, I mean, what do you think? Benqua, do you think he pulls out his hand? I guess, actually, hold on a second, and Flint will try turning it inside out.
Look it upside down, shake it.
Exactly. Well, it's like he turns it upside down, Flip turns it inside out. Why is the GM so silent?
Yeah, it's just one of these campaigns where turning it inside out has disastrous consequences because some DMs run that very differently.
Just turn it
Please,
inside
no,
out
no.
and then back in, and now the whole universe is in the bag.
No bag of holding bombs at level 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
All the
step
bags
back a
holding
little
bombs
bit
at level
more.
1.
I have a wisdom of 17, I swear.
All right. I see we're running for the hills. Now, you turn it inside out, nothing seems to happen.
Well, that was anticlimactic. May have been for the best. He just tosses it behind him.
But something does happen.
Oh.
You hear howling from all around.
Oh.
Seems unnatural. Like it's a wolf howl, but it's not. It's like someone's imitating a wolf howl, if that makes sense.
Okay, right.
So we're going to need initiative checks.
Oh, hey, 15. Dope.
3. Rolled a nat 1 on that.
Whoops.
Oh,
I guess there are worse places to roll on that one if you
there
roll.
it is.
Yeah, fair enough. Still, I'm probably not getting down any crowd controls or anything anytime
That's true.
early.
But hey, at least you didn't waste a nat 20 on initiative.
I mean, sometimes you really want a nat 20 on initiative. Like if you really want to get that spell off first thing in an encounter. Depends on what you're
guess.
playing. A marshal doesn't want to because they want that for their nice juicy crits.
Okay, coming from the
Where's
north,
artist going first?
these two wolves start coming out of the shadows.
There are 2 wolves within you.
The two wolves within you. Both are hungry.
Do they know that
Two
I'm
wolves
there?
within you. You should get that checked because they shouldn't be there.
One is evil, the other one is also evil.
Do they know that I'm there?
They don't seem to notice you, no. You seem to still be hidden from them. However, they notice everyone else.
Okay.
And just as the description that Cassia mentioned, they are completely black. No light reflects off their fur. And they seem to almost glide across the forest floor as they slowly approach toward you all.
Oh, that's messed up.
Okay, so we're going to start with Benqua.
No
You are
pressure,
first
thanks for
on
that.
the initiative.
Okay. So I'm going to move 30 feet. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
There you go.
I am going to target wolf there.
Okay.
And then I am going to shoot said wolf in the face.
That is a hit.
Dope. For 3 damage.
Okay.
Right up there, and then no.
All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah. So that'll be it for me then.
All right. Koni, you are next.
All right. I'm staying put. If I were to ignite any of the fire arrows I've been trying to make, would that give away my position?
It would, as the light would attract their attention.
All right, I'm just gonna get the arrows out and just continue to. And I'm gonna hold my position and wait for them to move past me before I start trying to take them out.
Okay. Uin Lad?
He can't shoot his stuff. Like, but just to get a little closer.
Okay.
Not that I really need to. And then firebolt.
Ooh, that's a miss.
Yeah, that's okay.
It sails right past them into the woods and disappears with a poof.
Smokey the bear is not happy with you.
Yeah, I was about to say, hey Digo, what happens if we start shooting fire into the forest?
Only you can start forest fires.
The forest is still moist from the winter, so you're not going to set a fire easily.
It's damp. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It's all good.
Keep missing it might ignite.
All right. So the wolf will be going. It's going to move there and target. All right.
Yes.
It's going to miss.
It's gonna like deflect it with my shield.
All right, next one. Okay, sorry, but you are right there, and you are juicy.
No, that's fair. I have stupid AC. That's kind of why I went to the front.
That is also going to miss. So they come trying to bite at you, and you manage to fend them both off like a boss.
Do they have pack tactics?
These do not, for some reason.
Oh, thank fuck. I was like, oh god, do I have to tell him he needs to be rolling advantage?
No, he didn't. Wolves normally do, but these things don't seem to move and act like wolves. They have a wolf shape, but you're not sure that's fur on them now that they're up and close. They almost look like they're made out of just pure shadow. All right, Flint.
Right, my turn. Made of pure shadow, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. Let's see if I pull them there, and then I could run. Yeah. No, that'd be a terrible idea. Why did I take this cantrip? Anyway. Yeah. Flint is going to cast Fairy Fire in basically an area, basically with the two wolves in the middle and like sort of around them. So
Okay.
just barely missing Koni, kind of by accident.
Very good.
And then yeah. So they both have to make DC 13 dex saves, and I will check this off my spell slots.
DC 13. Let's see. That's not going to work on a 4. And a 9's not going to do it either.
Right, so they are both illuminated by light, and basically everyone has advantage on attack rolls against them, and they cannot benefit from invisibility. And after that, Flint is gonna retreat. Like, all right, back to goal withdrawal.
All right.
And he will move 30 feet back here.
Very well.
And hope that no more wolves come out of the woods behind him. Is done.
Okay. Next round. Benqua, you have advantage to hit these things now.
Dope. Which means I'm not going to attack them. Because I've got another plan. Because they're like literally on top of me almost, and there's two of them. Would I be able to roll Arcana to see if I can get more, like any more information about what these things are?
You can.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. On a dirty 20, you have front row seats to see these things in action. They are made out of pure shadow. They are definitely not from this plane. You are most certain that they are shadow creatures.
Cool. And I assume that's my action.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really have anything I can do. Well, I mean, I can disengage and hide as a bonus action, being a goblin. But I think I'm good, honestly. So yeah, I do that in my turn.
Okay.
Gnawing on their shield.
They are.
Bad doggo.
Okay.
Koni.
See, does it take like a move action for me to like ignite the fire arrows I've got?
You could use a bonus action to do so.
Okay, a bonus action. All right. In that case, I'm going to step back a little bit. I'm gonna step back a little bit and move over to here, and just like the wolves can't see this because their backs are turned to her, but you guys can see just Koni just sort of like strutting out like a Rambo or something with a fire arrow already lit. Just knocks it back and fires it at the one that's directly in front of Koni. Benqua.
Okay.
Awesome.
That's going to hit. Okay. Roll damage.
All right. Does it do any extra damage because I set it on fire?
I'll give you an extra D4.
Okay.
You also think it's, you have sneak attack.
Oh, yeah.
So it's D6, I think, at this level. Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
10 damage.
That will be... Yeah, that will be enough to take it out.
Oh, nice.
Sweet! They're finally Rambo'd something.
You hit it with
So,
the arrow. It catches fire and just kind of gurgles in pain. From the light causes the other one to cringe and almost curl away from it. the creature just kind of melts like ice cream in the sun, just becomes nothingness, leaving behind some kind of object and some glittering pieces of metal behind.
Awesome.
Glittering
Showed it
pieces
who's
of
boss.
metal.
All right. So we got first blood. All right. Uin Lad.
Yeah. Like a fireball, not fire. Almost fireball, not level there yet. Fireball.
Fireball, level force down. All right. And you have advantage on this hit, so make sure that's clicked. Ooh.
Good luck.
All right. Well, that is a miss.
Can't
I get them eventually.
do.
Yeah. The dice can only do so much for you, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you hold your position or do you move?
So I have an idea for next time, if there is a next time.
All right. All right. Wolf. Nasty bitey wolfie. Going to keep going after the goblin because it's right there.
Bad wolf.
Can also just do nothing on its turn. That's an option.
Okay. Well, I think it takes your advice and does nothing.
I'm okay with this.
So it's not even that your armor class is high. It's just I rolled, low.
It's just
I mean, my armor class is high. I've got like
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, I can't roll higher than like a 7. So,
No,
Flint.
works for me.
yeah, works for your
Right.
favor.
Flint is going to take the dodge action, so attack rolls have disadvantage against him, and he has, I think, like +2 or advantage on dex saves as well.
Okay.
And is otherwise just going to move over here, and then up here, so he's closer to Koni. Just in case he needs to Thorn Whip something away from her or something.
Roger.
And he's done.
Okay. Roll around to Benga.
Dope. You said that when the first wolf like died, sort of proofed into shadow stuff, but there was like metal or something. That
Yeah,
dropped.
they look like coins.
Can
That's
I
dramatic.
investigate that? And would I get any bonuses from my? Do I have? Oh no, I don't. Didn't take Smith tools. Never mind.
You could investigate, however, I will give you disadvantage on the roll because you are in combat melee with a wolf.
I was gonna say,
Ah,
maybe
it's
you want to like
fine.
investigate that after the murder
Fine.
death wolf is gone.
I'm going to roll
It's
higher than a 7 at
fine.
some point.
No, you won't. I'm basically immortal.
Oh, no. Don't goldfish on us.
we're gods, right?
Famous last words, dude. Be careful.
Wow, that was terrible.
As far as you can tell, it's silver coins. Money.
I'm just
Huh.
waiting for
And
you to
a vial of a liquid.
That's actually
Oh.
super interesting. Cool. Okay. Well, that's my turn then.
Okay. Koni.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna. If I move like right here, would I be like within like a flanking or able to still use sneak attack on the final wolf?
You can use sneak attack wherever you like because it's currently enveloped in fairy fire. You have advantage on the attack roll.
Yep, which automatically triggers your sneak attack. So
Okay,
the answer is yes.
awesome. I'm still just gonna move over there just so I'm another fire arrow.
Nice.
All right. That's going to hit.
Plus sneak attack, plus fire.
6, 7. 7 damage. Nice.
Oh, did that include your dex mod or?
Oh, that would make it 10 then.
All right. It looks heavily wounded. It is not looking happy at all. As you can see the shadow almost bubble like boiling water and vaporizing. The flames is sort of consuming it. Uin Lad?
Yeah.
Take
Didn't
that, you
seem to
dopey
like.
bastard!
Didn't like it when the other one lit
Get
up.
lit.
So, well, we'll just light some things up some more. You have like a shield or whatever, don't you, Benka?
Benka does have a
Yeah.
shield. Mhm.
Not like a
Yeah,
magical
cool.
shield, but yeah, a shield.
Yeah, just going to come over, just like float next to your shoulder, and then just snap her fingers and cast light on the shield.
Dope.
Nice.
Okay, bright light. The creature seems to just recoil at that and has trouble keeping its eyes open and looking in Benka's direction with that light in its face. All right, this creature is not doing well. It's going to attempt to flee. That will
Interesting.
be an attack of opportunity on Benka's part.
Dope, dope, dope. I currently have my crossbow equipped. Because I haven't put it down. So would this be a punch, or can I use one of my melees? My melee weapons for it.
I'll let you melee it.
Alright. Probably the hand axe would make the most sense.
I'm just imagining some like Senator Armstrong stuff with your fist. It's like
13.
Good shot.
Just
Yeah. It fails to get away, and it just gurgle, and gone.
is that the end of combat?
That is the end of combat.
Well, I guess we solved the village's shadow wolf problem.
Hey, they dead yet? Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah,
gone. Okay,
killed him.
wait, what's that on the ground? And Flint will look down at the coins and the vials of liquid.
cast guidance so you can have a 1d4.
All right, thank you. I think Flint will also look over to you and just sort of put a hand on your shoulder and say, hey, you might want to take a look at some of this too. Give it a pat, and he will cast guidance on you.
Guidance for
Guidance.
everybody.
Yes.
So just investigation again?
I'll give this one to you. You find a total of 15 silver pieces among what was left of the wolves, and 2 vials.
All right. What would we roll to identify what liquid is in the vials?
You could do Arcana.
Okay, Arcana.
You could do,
I think I'm not.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I could let you also do Medicine for these.
All right, I'll try medicine.
25 Arcana.
Having trouble grabbing it, but there we go. And oh yeah, I'm guided, so it's not going to be as good. We'll just roll
Helping.
for anyway.
Okay. Working together between the two of you, you find that one is an antitoxin vial, and the other one is a potion of healing.
What the heck?
The vials look a
Oh.
little beaten. One of them, the antitoxin, has a crack in it, not deep enough that it'll leak, but they are scuffed up, so they look like they've been places.
And this is like in the wolf remains.
Yeah, I mean, the wolf don't leave remains as the shadows have completely evaporated, but as far as you can tell, this is what the wolves were carrying inside them.
Huh.
Yep.
Flint just
Wolves
told-
have money. What would they need to spend it on?
Like, I was thinking at first, like, I know some burial traditions use coins on the eyes to say divine death, but these things don't, they would kill. Well, first of all, it's an odd number, so there have to be like a person missing an eye or a cyclops in there. I'm rambling. What?
What
Are
do
they
we know
stealing
about
people's
Fae and
prayer?
Silver?
Some Fae don't like silver. That is when it's in a pointy stick form and stabbed into them, but then who does?
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
fair, if you punch somebody with a coin hard enough, it's going to stick into them.
You punch someone
think
with
I'm
anything
not.
hard enough.
Most people are adverse to being stabbed. It's a normal reaction.
Yes.
I think when the subject of silver and Fae comes up, Flint just offhandedly says, that's cold iron you're thinking of, not silver.
Oh, yeah, true.
Silver is werewolves.
I'm going to flick a silver coin at Lynn. Bleak.
You should try and catch it.
Opposed dexterity checks?
At this point, you all hear a very high-pitched coming from the tent where the torn bag was.
I think Flint looks over. Oh, did it die?
The bag looked like it imploded. There's tiny bits of bag left, kind of floating, fluttering to the ground, as most of
Right.
it has seemed to have. Who knows where it went?
Yeah.
But there is a piece of paper that seems to have been dropped. Maybe the last of its contents that you didn't reach in and grab previously.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yes.
cast Mage Hand and pick that piece of paper up.
Ah,
I ain't touching. I ain't touching. It.
I have
Cool.
memorized
Honest
explosive
whole
runes
thing.
today.
Yeah.
Whoops.
That would be such a dick move.
Is that even a thing in fifth edition?
Glyph
Yep.
of Warding, yes. It's more costly. You have to spend GP to cast it, but you can use explosive runes.
To be fair, I think Koni probably would be alright.
Probably.
I think you're
Probably.
far enough away.
All right, what actually the paper is a crudely drawn map of the area. There are some almost look like squares and the word Embershard by that. A little bit to the northwest, there is an X and it's marked camp. And then west of Embershard, there are some triangles and it's marked mines. And you see an arrow drawn from the camp to the mines following the stream that's here. Going in that
Now, when
southwest.
you say mines, you do mean like digging mines, right? And not
yes, the old abandoned
Explosive
shard mines.
minefield.
This is not World War One Europe.
Because for a minute I'm like, oh, they've booby trapped like this massive area. We are
No, those are the old ember mines that have long since been abandoned and sealed up.
Huh. And what else was there?
Dollars to donuts. I bet there's something in there that shouldn't be.
The other thing was
probably.
the notation of where the village is.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just taking notes.
Okay.
We
Okay.
camp,
Yeah.
which means that the mine is that way.
Yeah, I can probably find our way there with a little bit of help. And otherwise, what time of day is it? Flint just looks up at the sky.
It's getting to be mid to late afternoon. You would say 2:30, 3 o'clock.
How far of the trip is it to the mines?
You can get there in 2-hour walk from here.
I think Flint looks around at everyone and says, "All right, quick question. How many people here have trouble seeing in the dark? I don't. Mom was an elf, so yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, I can see in the dark. That's not an issue.
Win, do fairies see in the dark?
Yeah, I can see.
Awesome. Okay. I guess if Sarge comes along, he'll be the only one in trouble if we get in a fight in the dark.
I can't see in the dark.
Oh,
never mind. In that case, how about we maybe start trekking towards the camp and then make a camp of our own for the night?
we're in the camp.
Sorry, not the camp, the mines. Look, we
closest
just had a
camp.
fight. I'm a little rattled.
Well, we have a camp right here. We can just use this one, and then we go in the morning.
Fair enough. Depends on whether or not you want anyone else coming back here and finding visitors.
True. You don't know if the original owners are coming back.
It's our camp now.
I don't know. They left the pot running, or the fire running. You don't leave fires running. They left the fire burning. I don't think you do that if you just don't intend to come back.
Ooh,
But let's just wait and see what. Well, we could just hide off to the side or something, and
a stakeout.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, I'm all for that.
Then we will close for the night on this note as you all gather your supplies and stake out for the night to see if the campers return. And if so, what we'll do with them when we get to that point.